Don't be so smart. Okay, well, someone might reckon, oh, yes, you're the right person's nodding. Paul Mitchell, this is you. So in your tip, you said the purpose of business is to give you more life, not to suck the life out of you, which is a lovely quote. And you suggest that our problem is not that we don't set smart goals. I might just ask you just to explain what those are, but instead we should set dumb ones.
Absolutely.
Please explain yourself, Mr. Mitchell.
Please explain, the political friend of ours. You've probably all heard SMART, have you not? You know, most people would know it. I get a lot of nods here, you know, specific, measurable, attainable. I've never seen anyone achieve something of greatness just setting SMART goals. So what a dumb goal is to put yourself out there. If you're going to be in business, and a small business takes a lot of energy, then set yourself a dumb goal. And it stands for something that's daring, something that's unbelievable, something that's magnificent. And think about it. I mean, our sponsors are right on the money here. Make it count. This is your life. You know, business can be the killing fields of the spirit if you're not careful. This is your life, every hour, every day. Make it count. So to do that, set some goal that's huge for you, that has meaning for you. Because if it has meaning for you, your passion will be there in the business year after year after year. If it has no meaning for you, the passion will flow out of it, and pretty soon when your passion flows out of your business, the cash will follow. So it has to be meaningful, and meaningful for your people. The big thing that people are looking for now is meaning. Meaning. So is it meaningful for you? How do you make it meaningful for you? And how do you make it meaningful for your people? Like Naomi does with those experiences. Make it count. Make it count. Set yourself a daring, unbelievable, magnificent goal. Something that you can't even imagine right now. Because if you can think, yeah, we can get there, then it's not dumb enough. And by the way, the B has deliberately been left off. So I encourage you to set some...
Did you try and make it fit or not?
That sounds for, bloody magnificent.
Julia, I might bring you in there. You work a lot with lifestyle businesses, so this emphasis that Paul's putting on lifestyle is something for you must resonate strongly with you, I'm guessing.
Well, absolutely. And, you know, for anybody having a business, they've got to just really love what it is that they do and feel that there's a purpose to it, that they're actually helping somebody. And it's very clear the difference between people who start businesses just to make money and because they're able to do something. You know, I'm an accountant, therefore I'm going to have an accountancy business, versus those people who see a group of people who've got some form of problem, and that doesn't have to be a horrible problem, you know, it could be a fun problem to have, and that they go and solve that, and that they really want to, and that they feel driven by it. Because, you know, the motivation, I mean, I run a small business and I love what I do, but sometimes it's hard to do it, and you just got to keep every day getting yourself out of bed, doing it, putting the enthusiasm into it. And if you don't feel that you're doing it for a purpose, then you won't be able to carry it on.
Yeah. And if I could add to that, Rob, and thinking back to when I ran a relatively small business, you know, the business really started, it had nothing else but servicing a few customers. The whole growth was driven by those customers. And so you became part of their success. That was the purpose. That was what was magnificent about it, is you could help them achieve something they needed to achieve. And even in larger business, it's still essentially the same. If you're not helping customers solve their problems, you don't really have a business value proposition.
Naomi, Dale, anyone want to chip in at this point? Naomi, I know in your business you engage your staff very, very closely with the values of the business.
Well, it's funny because I'd never call them staff for a start.
Oh, so, pardon moi.
So, you know, our role as leaders is to serve the people and serve our team, because they have a choice every day that they make, which is, do they want to give us their discretionary effort? And our job as their leaders is to give them the tools to get the job done and to take the roadblocks out of the way so they can play at their absolute best. So, and when we make that shift and we know that it's so not about us and it is about how I was thinking back to, we have this fabulous customer experience team, and every day they're on the phone giving people a good time. Not a bad job, eh? So they're there, and every so often I bring them in and we have a coaching session. I say, come in with your toughest customer call that you've got. And we sit around and I say, okay, just before we get started, I want to know who is the most important person in this conversation for me. And they said, oh, well, the customer. The customer is always right. And I said, actually, they're not. Sometimes the customers might be away with the pixies or not even make logical sense. The most important person for me is you, because you will serve and support thousands of customers this year. So you need to know that you're supported, and my job is to support you. And the way I support you is through our values, because you know that as long as you completely give and execute based on our values in that phone call, in that instant, in that moment, you will be absolutely supported by me. So now let's have some fun and role play. And it gives them unbelievable power, leadership and responsibility when they know that they are unbelievably supported, and it gives them the inspiration to want to give to us their discretionary effort.